Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another exciting Saturday on the Y.W.W.B initiative discussion platform. And my name is Rosemary Henrieze, and I coordinate the affairs of the initiative. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for always being there. And it's another beautiful Saturday, and we are particular as an initiative about the wholeness of the woman. And today we'll be talking on the topic reclaiming confidence through skill development. And we'll have in-house today our very own architect Joy Opuda, who will be our speaker tonight. So, I'm not the anchor or the host for the month of May. I have a patroness in the person of Olabisi Adeshola, who will be hosting the program for tonight. So while we wait for them, I want to say a big thank you and to everyone who has stayed with us thus far. And as our norm is, our custom is, once you join us, please let us know where you're joining us from. Let's know where you're joining us from. Let us celebrate you, appreciate you for being here always with us. And before we came in, I was going to play a song, I don't need you to lower the bars for me. I'm Superwoman. I know I'm strong. I know I've got it. Something like that. I just love that song. Not very good with the lyrics. But what it's saying in essence is that as a woman, I do not need you to lower the bar for me. That doesn't mean that I need you to hurt me, but I just need you to give me the opportunity, the space, like they would say in Nigeria, the chance to be myself, to soar. And women, we are, thank you, mommy, I'm waiting for you. Women, we are very, very, very industrious. We're full with a lot of opportunities, and we can be beyond what our mind can envisage or imagine. But in a situation where you find yourself losing confidence, if with that feeling of inadequacy, you might actually be needing or requiring is just to improve on the skills that you have, or to add another skill. And see, there are different kinds of skills. We have what we call soft skill. We have your technical skills, and soft skills seem to be the order of the day in most work environment, where you're talking about empathy, you're talking about patience, you're talking about a lot of things, and those are part of the soft skills that we need even in the work environment. Technical skills or your technical know-how is no longer sufficient. It's no longer sufficient a skill for today's workplace environment. But in all, we're actually talking about skill, how you can reclaim and rebuild your confidence through skill acquisition, developing your skill and being a better person. While we wait for our host, I would like to read the biography of our host. I'd like to read the biography of our host, of our speaker rather, while I wait for our host in the person of Olabisi Adeshola. Okay, so our host for tonight, like I said earlier, is in the person of architect Joy Opuda. So let's meet our speaker for today. He said, Joy Opuda is a seasoned architect, project manager, and business consultant with over 17 years of experience in the construction industry. Okay, I'm trying to bring mommy in, our host for today. Okay, accept. She skillfully merges creativity with technical expertise to deliver innovative and impactful projects. She's the founder of Project HQ Limited, a dynamic firm that specializes in project management solutions and professional development for project teams. Joy began her leadership journey during her university years, where she pioneered a thriving campus fellowship that continues to serve hundreds of families, students, and professionals today. Her passion for excellence and strategic thinking has positioned her as the sought after expert in both architectural design and project execution. Mommy, I think your
Yeah,
background is a bit noisy.
they do what?
Background, you are noisy.
I guess that's the plan.
Okay. She's also a graduate of Rema Bible Training Center to Nigeria and currently provides pastoral support at Kingsword International. She is happily married to Achefe Opuda, alongside whom she serves as a pastor. Okay, I want to say that
Okay, she's
we are people of faith, and you know, people, individual, everyone have their areas of strength and all that. And uh, uh, Architect Opuda is a pastor, but she's also a vast professional. So she will be speaking tonight from the angle of a professional. But on the Y.W.W.B initiative discussion platform, our faith is our bedrock. Our faith is seen in everything we do. So you would hear people talk about, their faith and how their faith actually has helped in their journey thus far. So without much ado, I would like to hand over to the host for the month of May. Olabisi Adeshola, mommy, please take over.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, everybody. Thank you so much, um, Rose. I really appreciate. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for tuning in for tonight's program. You, I believe strongly that you will surely take something good out of here. So we are still expecting our speaker. Our speaker is not joining yet. So we are still waiting for our speaker. And tonight we'll be talking about reclaiming confidence through skill development. Reclaiming confidence through skill development. While preparing this, while preparing for this uh, program, I realized that, you know, you even lose yourself. Hello, what's happening now? You even lose yourself and you begin to wonder, can we hear, is somebody hearing me there? Please, if you can hear me, let me see your signal. Let me see your thumbs up. Hearing me, let me see your thumbs up. Sorry, I guess the network has I hope the network will not misbehave tonight. Hello, somebody. Is somebody there? Can you hear me, please? Mr. Airy, thank you for coming, for tuning in.
Yeah, sorry. Apologies, please. Sorry. So I had to actually tune in because I'm outside. So thank you so much, Lara. I appreciate that. Thank you. So, mommy, please, you need to come back. So, like I was saying, for so many years, so a lot of people knew me with the construction. That I was a construction person, and they didn't really know that side of me. They didn't know the artistic side of me. They didn't know the oratory as gifts I had, and they didn't know the how would I put it now? The art, A-R-T side that I had. So they just felt that, oh, I was just all about mixing concrete and all that. But I didn't feel fulfilled. You know, I just felt that there was much more to me than what I was maximized or given. Yes, I had my work life as a quantity surveyor, but that was just a job. That wasn't what I what that wasn't the only thing that I had to offer. Mommy, I'm waiting for you. So that wasn't the only thing I had to offer. So what happened was that I started by writing. I started writing, and that was how I started. I don't know why architect Opuda is not here. So I started by writing. I started with writing, and because I knew that I could write. I knew that I could write. And like I said earlier, we have soft skill, we have a your technical skill. And the soft skill were so minute for me. Okay. Architect Ma, you have to send me an invite. You have to send me an invite.
Hello.
Architect, you have to send me an invite, please.
Oh,
So that I will bring you on.
and that was
Mommy, we
how
are
I
here. Mommy, we are here. We are here. We are here.
says. Yeah. Thank you.
Continue,
So
ma.
sorry about that. I don't know what happened, but
There's nothing we
I
can
think we're okay.
do.
Can you hear me very well now?
Yes, ma. Please go ahead.
Oh, this camera is down.
Go ahead, mommy. We can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So I said we are talking about reclaiming confidence through skill development. And I was trying to explain to us that while I was preparing for today's program, I realized that what we are talking about, I personally have a personal experience of it. And while going through my own personal experience, I didn't realize that truly I'm reclaiming my confidence. My hope was shattered, my belief, I didn't even believe in myself. I never believed that I can amount to anything. I never believed that I have some um, giftings and some abilities within me. When situation and when circumstances come crushing on you, and when nobody believes in you, or you yourself do not believe in yourself, you'll be amazed in the process of you now trying to rediscover yourself. What I have here about reclaiming confidence through skill development is that it involves recognizing and leveraging strengths, setting realistic goals, and celebrating accomplishments, focusing on areas where you excel and seeking feedback can also boost self-assurance. Embracing a growth mindset and learning from mistakes are key to building a strong sense of self-belief. So when I read that, I now realized that when I was going through my own challenge, I just wanted something. I just wanted to learn something new. I just wanted you know, to add to my knowledge. I was seeking for knowledge. I was seeking to achieve new things, and truly, I got that. And while getting that, I began to rebuild my confidence. Though there are so many people that tends to look down on you, tends to feel that who is this person? Where is she coming from? She's looking haggard, she's looking unkept, and they don't know the story. They don't know what's prompted me to look the way I was looking. But today, the story is different. So everything we are going to be talking about, I feel, is self-centered or is something related to me personally. I wish our guest speaker is here. I believe she would have also had one or two things to, you know, talk to us about. But while waiting for her, let me go on explaining some things to us. I'm so sorry. The camera
No,
is not
that's
projecting.
Facebook. Mommy, that's Facebook. It's not Emma Show. It's Facebook, Paro.
Okay. So is
Yes,
she not
but
coming
they
in?
can see. No, our audience can see you. She's coming. She's coming in. I think she's
Okay.
trying to send an invite. Yes. She's coming. Go
Okay.
ahead, ma.
Yeah.
Yes, ma.
So yeah, yeah, more details. I have some breakdowns here to really explain what the topic we are discussing today. So one of it is identify and build on strength. Identify that truly your confidence is lost. You have lost your confidence. You have lost your yourself in the process of you going through one phase of your life or the other, and that phase of your life can be a difficult or a hard time. It could be a challenging time to you, and then while going through that process you lose yourself, you lose who you are. Oh, thank you.
Oh,
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Yeah,
Finally.
you're welcome. While
Good
going through that process you lose.
evening.
good
Good
evening,
Good evening.
evening.
Success. Good evening,
Good
ma.
evening.
I'm so
Good
excited.
evening. Yeah.
I was struggling to
So,
find how to join in, but
ah, it's not only you. It was not only you. I also had that difficulty, but
good.
eventually I
We
came in.
triumphed.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
It's nice having you.
Same here.
It's
It's
all
like
right.
the key to entering into this life is to be wearing glasses. Thank God I came with my own.
That's what you feel.
Oh my.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Okay, without wasting much time, I've started talking or saying some things, but please, I'd like you to have the floor for the next 20 minutes
Wow.
before we start bringing the questions in.
Wow. I
So
was
you
learning
have the floor.
the the things you were saying, and I was already getting really inspired. I am Your story is very engaging. Who knows
Thank
who
you.
knows the things you've been through? Wow, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Mm.
QS, Madam Rosemary.
It's Rosemary. Yeah, who acted. It's not madam. Good evening,
Oh,
ma. Been a while.
it's been a really good while, and I'm
Yeah.
so excited to see this. I must commend from the first time you shared with me this whole initiative and vision. I was so excited. I must commend this. Like it takes selflessness to think like this, to things like this. Most times many people just want to stay with what is convenient, because it's not convenient for you to step out of the house. I can see you're sitting in your car. It means that you're trying to find a place enough. Even I myself have locked myself in my room because I'm trying to be quiet. Yes, it does reflect a lot of selflessness and compassion for those you believe that you are sent to. And I really commend that. Well done, ma'am. God bless you. Thank you. All right. I'll quickly go into, the presentation we have, a very short one. And then really, I'll introduce myself. My name is Joy Opuda. I'm an architect, I'm a project manager, I'm an interior designer, and recently I founded Project HQ about over a year, like a year and a half now, Project HQ. And I'm also an author. That one
Yeah.
was,
Wow.
yeah,
Yes.
long time.
Wow. Congratulations. That is awesome.
Yeah. I'm
That's
finally,
awesome.
it, it's here. And it's one of the things we're talking about, because every single one of the dreams that we have, all right? But still on my introduction, right, of one, I'm a builder of four. I'm a builder of community. And today, skill development, how it helps us to reclaim confidence. I know that this is young, let me say, young women, right? But Y.W.W.B. So I know that I'm talking to people. with people. We have the same sort of challenges, dreams. Sometimes we have the same constraints, and we're looking to similar objectives in, But first of all, I think the first thing that comes to mind is that phrase reclaiming you know, to reclaim that phrase, it just reclaiming. You know, when you say reclaim, just that is something, but somehow it's been lost or traded or buried. Like you can't find it. So now, all right. Now the truth is that for many women, especially those in their 30s and 40s, and maybe even on 50, who are navigating motherhood, it's not metaphorical. It's not just in something that a whimsical, you know, um, motivational. It's a real thing that I'm getting. A lot of women have to deal with. Can I really be who I want to be? Have I lost too much time? Is there still space? You So how does confidence get lost? Life happens. The first thing I would say is that life happens. Life happens. And the truth is that life shapes our identity. So many times, you find yourself asking yourself, who am I outside of a mother? Who am I outside of an architect? Who am I outside of marriage? Sometimes I had situations in life. I remember when I had my first, I think, children, and at that point I just felt I needed I needed space in my life to reorganize my life. And that was the first time I took a career break. Business. Business didn't last very long because I lacked skill. I lacked skill to make success. I went back, to work. I went back to my career employee, and then I had my third, and I realized I was pregnant with the fourth. I thought my life was over. I thought my life was over. I remember the day I confirmed I was pregnant. I was eating floor. I was crying like going to my because I didn't think I always wanted to plan. I didn't think, and I felt like I can you hear me? Your mic is muted.
Yes, 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 yes.
Sorry,
Maybe
your mic is
can
muted.
you do without the mic? Can you do without the mic because it's breaking? Hey, I can't hear your voice. I can't hear your voice
Yeah,
now.
her mic is muted. So I can't even hear her.
Okay, can you remove the mic?
Ma, we are losing so many words from what you're saying. That's what I'm trying to say. Can
Yes.
you please not use the mic? I think the
I'm
mic
not
is
using a
Make
mic.
driving us.
breaking.
Okay,
I'm not
it's
using a
breaking.
mic.
We're losing. Yes, ma.
Mm, is it better now?
Yes, yes, yes.
It's better now. Maybe it's
Yes, can
the
you hear me?
connection of the
Yes.
phone. I can hear you, man. I can hear
Okay,
you.
yeah, it's better now. Yeah.
Okay. So let me go over. I don't know the last thing you heard, but let me go over the last thing I remember, which was,
Okay.
when I found out I was going to have my fourth child, I was so distraught. I remember that I told my husband, I said, I don't want to do anything. I just want to step away from work, and I took a literal 1 year break. Like I didn't work for 1 year. I was just trying to figure out so what happens next? Like, how do I organize my life? Who is the person that's going to take care of all these people? Please, I didn't ask for this. It was
Yeah.
very challenging. But over that 1 year period, I
1 year.
started.
Yeah.
Yes, I didn't work for a year. I took a break from my job. I left the job, and then I I tried to understand what was going on in my life. Now, over that time, when the time after I had my child, I remember thinking, okay, so what am I going to do now? Am I going to get a job? What exactly am I going to do now? Don't even ask me how we survived in that time. My husband was great. He pulled his weight, and God just pulled through for us. But after that period, I was like, okay, so what am I going to do with my life? you know, Interestingly, over the time before I had my fourth, I think was when I was about to have my third. I had mentioned that I started a business, and then I started to do some freelancing project management. I registered a business, started to do some freelancing project management and architecture. I did some projects, some good projects. Please let me know if you can hear me. I did some good projects.
Yes.
Yes, we can
Yes,
hear
yes,
you.
we are hearing you. Yeah, we can hear
Thank
you.
you. I did some projects. It tested my confidence, and some parts of it went well, some parts of it I wasn't so satisfied with, and sort of being like a perfectionist, I just, especially when I now found out that I was going to have my fourth, I just moved on, like, please, I can't deal. But somebody had seen me work there and then reached out to me after I had this my fourth and said, look, an organization is looking for a project manager, and I know that you can do the job. And that's how I got the next job that I got. But
That
where I'm
was
going with
awesome.
this,
That was awesome.
you know sometimes life happens and your confidence is just more or less shattered, because even after I got this last job, I told myself that I was going to be there for a year. Please ask me how long I was there for. Just ask me. 5 years. I stayed there for 5 years. Let me work on my
Wow.
internet. I don't know if is it better now. It seems like it was
Yes,
freezing a
yes, yes,
bit.
yes.
So I was saying that when I took on that last job, I told myself that I was going to be there for a year, but I ended up staying there for 5 years. Why? Every time I thought about stepping out on my own again, my last experience, had traumatized me. And I was like, I don't think I can do it. I
Yeah.
don't know that I can do it. The last time I tried this thing, it was, and I would make excuses and make excuses and make excuses, which takes me to the second thing. The first thing I said is that life happens and life shapes our identity. So you begin to frame yourself around motherhood, marriage. Oh, I've lost time in my career. That becomes your identity. You are thinking of yourself. You are thinking of the mistakes you've made. And so your confidence is being robbed. The second thing is that we lose ourselves and our dreams can feel distant. So as a young girl, nobody said that you cannot, sew a bag, you cannot play mommy and daddy, you cannot build things with sand. You just felt like I can do it. You did whatever your imagination came up with, until and unless your parents smacked you and said, no, 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 don't play with matches, or maybe it was something dangerous. But as long as your mind could imagine it, you went ahead and did it, because your
Yeah.
dreams to you were real. But as we get older and then life happens, our dreams can become
Okay.
difficult to us to relate with. You feel like, I don't know if I can still do this thing. All right.
Yes.
What other way is confidence lost? Confidence can be lost because it is linked to competence. So when we've not
Mm.
been competent at our job, and maybe we got queried, we got harsh feedback, or we just got life feedback. Life can give you feedback. It's not a boss. Is that the project didn't go well? Is that they didn't pay you your balance? Is that the application you made did not fall through? All of those things. And then you just feel like, I'm not competent enough. Okay, another way is, or another reason why confidence can get lost is nobody believes in us. We don't feel encouraged. We don't feel affirmed.
Exactly.
We feel like
Exactly.
we need permission to do that thing. The times when I wanted to go ahead and do, to start my business, I remember I would ask my husband, I say, do you think I should quit my job? And my mom, a very wise man, he would say, whatever you want to do. In other words, don't come and hold me tomorrow and say I'm the one that told you. No. Whatever you want to
Oh,
do, I will support you. Whatever you want to do, But oftentimes we're looking for permission, that somebody will come and tell you it's okay to do
you
it.
can do it.
Go and do it
Yeah.
now. Yes, yes, you can do it.
Yeah.
My sisters,
It's
nobody
just
is
an
coming to save
affirmation.
you. Nobody is coming to save you. You are your savior.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yes,
you are the
so
one that will stand up and do what is in your heart to do. You have what it takes to get it done. And then the last one is internalized beliefs. Sometimes we believe it's too late, I'm too old, I'm too young, I've missed my chance, there's no opportunity for me here, I've left Nigeria, I'm still in Nigeria. You'll be shocked by all the things that go through people's minds. The person who is in, their country is saying, I'm in my country, there's no opportunity. The one that is outside of their country is like, I'm not in my country, there's no opportunity. Somebody is feeling they're too old. Another person is feeling they're too young. Somebody is feeling I've missed my opportunities. Look, the best time to have done something was 20 years ago. The best time to have planted a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is now. The next best time to take that course, the next best time to get that certification, the next best time to apply for that job, the next best time to put structure in your home is now. Like, it's right now. You don't need anybody's permission. You just need to be clear on what you want. I've spoken about my own story. At first I had confidence as a young girl, like many others. I aced through life, my studies, my relationships. I didn't find it difficult to make friends, but as I grew older, I struggled. Because what really happens is that you begin to accumulate, and if you don't train your mind to distill, to remove, to constantly detox of negative thoughts and beliefs, it crams your brain, and then you begin to define yourself with those thoughts. But the truth is, what is ahead of you is bigger than what is behind you. That's the honest truth. This year I turned 40, and I started telling myself, I said, look, I've worked for 17 years. I'm a
Congratulations.
very young, very, very young lady, with plenty of years ahead of me. But I told myself, I said, I've worked for 17 years. Depending on how I structure my life, if I start to write textbooks and start to put my knowledge in spoken form on YouTube, in podcast or whatever, because that's my own strength, and I'll come to strengths, right? If I start to do that, I still have a good 30 to 40 years ahead of me of work. In other words, yes. So I have more than double the amount of time I've worked ahead of me. I can achieve so much more than I've achieved before. Hello, nobody should put me under pressure. And I'm not going to put myself under any pressure. Yes, that's the truth. And sometimes you
Yeah.
just get under all of this pressure. Yes, you become overwhelmed. You have self-doubt. You have fear, have competitive jealousy. You see somebody's post on LinkedIn and you just get upset. It just spoils your day, spoils your week. No, rejoice with them. The sky is
Yes.
big enough. Birds don't collide. Yes. There's
At
enough
all.
space for all of us to shine. Yeah, the important thing is you need to, and I'm going to come to that. But my employment years were full of ups and downs, leading project teams while pregnant. I would go to site with pregnancies, carry my babies to site sometimes, working all
Yeah.
around and juggling motherhood. It was a lot. But I was so overwhelmed with all of that I couldn't see the potential that I carried and how I could even still make a difference. Most of the things I was doing was to earn a living. I just wanted to earn a living. But life is more than earning a living. Life is about, your donation on the earth. One day you will leave. One day you will exit. Every one of us
Yes.
is going to die. There's
Yes.
nobody that has not died. Everybody is going to die one day, But when you go, count 100 years after you've left, what will people remember of you? What will you
Yeah.
leave behind? Those are the questions we should be asking ourselves. 100 years after you've gone, your children have also died. Maybe their grandchildren, that's your grandchildren, will be alive. Maybe, right? Most likely your
Yeah.
grandchildren. You understand? So think long term. What would remain? That's how we should begin to frame our lives. All right. And then how did I start to reclaim my confidence? I'm still on my journey. But I decided it was time to shine and let the light out. The light that was in me, let it out. I want to share my perspective of beauty with the world. I want to help alleviate other people's burdens. Right? Life is not just about me and my problems. It's about the fact that I also carry solutions. I can also help someone. And so based off of that, I'm going to start letting my lights out, and progressively put structure in my life that helps me to perform better, be more efficient. So since then, I've upgraded my skills. I took some programs. When I left my last job, I went through a mini MBA. It lasted about 10 months. It stretched me, but I came out with
Wow.
confidence. I came out
Ah.
with confidence. After that, I
And
started my business. When I started my business, I didn't even know I didn't know my left from my right, but I knew that I could do it. And that makes all the difference. I knew I could do it. That know that you can do it is the confidence we are talking about. That is the
yeah.
reclaiming your confidence through
Yes.
skills, through skill
Yes.
development. Do you see it? So you want to come to a
Yes.
place where you know you can do it. Like, I can do this thing. I can do this thing. And that's what we're going to be exploring. All right. I want to talk about two
Yeah.
women who reclaim their confidence. We know them quite well. One is Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. The second one is Mo Abudu. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, I call her NOI. She's a mother of 4, and I'm a mother of 4. So I always tell myself,
Wow. Really?
if this woman can do this thing,
Uh,
and she's a global leader, you know. Same thing with Mo Abudu. Mo Abudu started her media empire in her 40s. So it's not too late to do anything. Not too late.
at all.
Not too
At
late.
all.
Right?
At all.
I think of a few other
Yeah.
people. There's a lady that I know who she learned interior design in her 30s. Before then, she had a son, a young son. She got pregnant. The father didn't take responsibility. And then he
Wow.
just left to take care of the child. She left the child with her, I think her mother. And then at some point she just was like, look, I want to take responsibility for my child. She went and got her child, learned interior design in her 30s. Now her story is so inspiring. She's designing for clients all over the world. She lives in Nigeria. She
Wow.
lived in Ghana for a
Wow.
time. Now she lives in Nigeria. She's designing for clients all over the world. I know her personally. I knew her those many years ago. You know, she was practically living in people's houses and cleaning for them. But today,
Yeah.
you can't even marry the two experiences again. It's another lady
At
that I know.
all.
She was in a very tough. She is in a very tough marriage. She lives in Canada.
Mm.
Very, very tough marriage. Her husband is,
Mm.
I mean, they've had so many issues. But when she turned 30, she told herself, look, I'm going back to work. She had stopped working. I'm going back to work. She went and her discipline was estate development or real estate, something like that. But she went and learned HR, started to learn data analysis as well. Now she works in HR in Canada. She's earning, and she's more confident than she was before. Now she's looking to improving her own self-esteem, her joy, and all of that. So no matter what the circumstances are and the challenges, the truth is that we can rise. You can become
Yes.
confident. Now let me give us
Yeah.
7 practical steps to regain confidence. 7.
Mm.
Number 1, audit your life skills. Audit your life skills. I heard
Yeah.
mommy talking to us about soft skills, or was it Madam Rosemary? Soft skills, and then our the skills around your discipline, right? And different kinds of skills. So audit, what skills do I have? Compartmentalize them. I have my
Mm.
discipline, what it is I learned in school. Maybe you went through a BSc, a diploma program. What do you have in that regard? You have your work experience. All of that is around your discipline. That's bucket number 1. Bucket number
Yeah.
2 is your natural strengths. You have natural strengths. There are people who, whatever involves handwork, they don't have to learn it. They don't have to go through school for it. As long as it's handwork, they just pick it up, look at people doing it, and then they
Yes.
just get it. It's natural for them. And some people have these things, but they just overlook it. It's not a big deal, but nothing goes to
Don't pay
waste.
attention. Yeah.
Nothing should go to waste. Whatever skills you have, it makes up it makes
It's
up
all you.
the
Who
entirety
you.
of who you are. Yes, and
Who
what you are
you.
able to offer to your world. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So audit your life skills. What are the things that you are good at, naturally good at? What are the things that you have learned by
Show up.
training? Yes, and then list them out. Number 2,
Yeah.
learn in small bites. I'm going to come to actually did some slides. I will share with Madam Rosemary. Hopefully she can share with the group or something, because I believe it will be
Okay.
beneficial.
Okay.
Yes, but I have something I called a confidence plan. Your confidence plan. How do you grow your confidence? And we'll quickly get to that. But number 2, I'll run through this one. Number 2, learn in
Three.
small bites
Number 3.
daily. Number 2, no, the
Uh-huh.
first one is audit your life skills. Number 2 is
Yes.
learn in small
Yes.
bites
It's
daily.
one. Yeah. Then the third one.
The third one is get certified. Get
Okay.
certified. All right. Get
Okay.
a
Yeah.
certification in whatever it is. Yes. Get
You're doing.
certified. All right. Number 4, which is very important, is apply what you learn. Look,
Yeah.
you don't want to just be learning, and you're not using what you
It's
learn. It's not
blind.
the number of
Exactly.
seminars you go through. It's not the go to. It's not the number of conferences you attend. It's what you learn, what you do with
Mm.
what you learn. Last year, that was a
Yes.
key thing for me, and it made a difference. I told myself, I said, look, I can't keep going to conferences because I'm a conference junkie by nature. I like to be in environments where they are talking, where you are learning. I enjoy it. I love it. I like knowledge, but
Yes.
You have to be able to, from this one we are having today now, this Instagram live, what is one thing that I'm going to apply over the next 1 month? That is a commitment you must make to your life. That is what grows us. That's what improves us. So what is one thing? I don't have to do everything. One thing that I will do and apply to my life that will make the difference in my life and in my business or whatever. The last 3 are for champions. These last 3 are for champions. Number 5, agency. Have and cultivate agency. Agency is having the courage to take initiative and do things. Somebody said he did this. He's a chess master. I'm trying to remember his name now. Tunde or Nokoya. So I was listening to him speak yesterday, and he was talking. I told you I like when people are talking. But he was speaking yesterday, and he said he gathered about 200 first class students from Unilag, and he was having a conversation with them. And I asked them a question. He said, "What is going to differentiate all of you have first class? What is going to differentiate you?" He said, "If he has 200 first class students that come to him for a job, all of you have already differentiated yourself with scholastic aptitude. We know that you are smart. So what is going to make the difference? The difference maker is that there's one of you there that has started doing something with what they believe. Whether maybe you learned architecture, you have started something, you have started putting out your designs on LinkedIn, you have a following, you have a club, you have whatever, you have started doing something with it. Agency is the courage to take initiative and do things. You can't just sit down and just wait for somebody to push you. Start doing something with what you have. Number 6 is discipline. Guard yourself from distraction, especially social media. It's okay to be on Facebook when we are doing Facebook live like this. This one is knowledge. It's good. But you can get on Facebook and be lost there for 1 hour. You're just there. Scrolling. I'm telling you. And those are distractions. Those are things that rob you of precious time. Remember, number 2 is learning small bites. You can learn a lot in 20 minutes, but you can also waste 20 minutes on social media. So discipline is key. Discipline is very important. For anybody to go anywhere, you need discipline. Number 7 is have the courage to be bold to pursue your ideas. It sounds like agency, but it's deserving of a point on its own. Have courage. Associate with women of courage. Associate with people who don't put down your thoughts. Don't talk to people who tell you, what's that? Why do you want to do that? Is it not stressful? Everything is stressful to them. Everything is a big deal to them. Hello, life was never meant to be easy. That's not the purpose of being alive. For you to coast and and all of that, you need to have courage. All right. Okay, I'll keep that slide. This is for moms and wives who feel overwhelmed. When you get the slide, and then your confidence plan. 4 things there. 1, get a strong knowledge of yourself. Do personality test. This thing I'm saying is a secret. It's a secret. God. I have a mentor who says it this way. Her name is DDK. She says, have a PhD in yourself. Have a PhD in yourself.
Really?
Have a PhD in yourself. Yes. Know your strengths. No, I'm different from you. You are different from me. I don't have to compete with you. There's this for all of us. But when I don't understand who I am, then I feel threatened by everybody else. Do personality tests. There are a lot of them online. Part of the work I did in my last job, I was head of operations, so I handled HR and a lot of other things. And I realized that a lot of people just don't know themselves. Personality tests, they're easy to do. In 2-3 minutes you're done, and you get a glimpse. By the time you've done 4, you see patterns emerging, and then you can tell, I'm not crazy now, nothing is wrong with me. You see, it's not like there's anything wrong with me. It's just that I'm wired like this. Do career assessments, and then get coaching. Get career coaching.
Let's begin to wrap it up.
Okay, number 2, do your own SWOT analysis as a CEO of You Incorporation, You Limited. Make a list of what you excel at.
Not everybody knows what it means, what you're saying.
Okay, I said do your SWOT analysis. Okay, SWOT analysis is your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. The same way you would do for your business. Sit down and do it for your life. You are not getting younger, so you want to become focused in what you're doing. All right. Number 3 is get a vision. This one, I will elaborate a bit. Become clear about what you are trying to achieve with your life. Whatever you aim at, you will hit it, even if it's nothing. Whatever you aim at, you will hit it, even if it's nothing. Let me say it a third time. Whatever you aim at, you will hit it, even if it's nothing. Yes.
Nothing.
So you have to be clear on what you're trying to achieve with your life. You know,
Yeah.
Dr. Cindy Trim, she said, if you are feeling unfulfilled in any area of your life, now is the time to reevaluate what you are pursuing and realign your priorities. Get a vision.
Mm,
Get a vision.
mm,
Very, very
mm.
important. If you
Very,
keep
very
aiming
true.
at nothing, you will hit nothing. And the last one, identify the skill. So once you have a vision, then you need to, once you identify it, it may feel big, it may feel daunting, you may feel like, I don't know where to start from. But that step is key, because it then helps you to now start to identify the skills you need to start building. All right.
Mm,
So what
yeah.
skill are you going to grow this month or this year? How are you going to apply it? Who can hold you accountable? All right. So with these 4 steps, you can grow your confidence through skill development. And I know that the sky is the limit for you. It's not too late. You are not too
At
old.
all.
You are not
At
finished.
all.
You are
At all.
becoming, and you can do it. Thank you so much
Thank
for the
thank
time.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. I really enjoyed it. I enjoy it. I enjoy it so, so much. It's more or less
Yeah.
almost the same thing with what I have here. Yeah, that is awesome. That is awesome. Really appreciate you. Really did a justice to this topic. Thank you so much. And while you are discussing, do you know that even in the process of you saying some things, I was finding myself too. I was really finding myself. That was the number one thing I really appreciate about this initiative, and I really celebrate the pioneer, the convener of this initiative, in person of Rose. She didn't know what she's doing, and guess what? You might think that it's a small community, it's a small people that are hearing you, but because it's here, it will definitely sound. I mean, it will definitely go global with time. So thank you so much. I'm really, really. I can tell you that personally, I personally am blessed with all your points. But I won't want you to go just like that. I still want you to say one or two things about building confidence through skill development. So, in a situation where someone has been battered, can you hear me now? Are you with me? Hello?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So, in a situation whereby someone has been battered, he has gone through a lot of challenge, and trying to avoid the challenge instead of to embrace it, instead of to see how he or she, I mean, how she can really break through and penetrate and overcome whatever it is that she is going through. So, how can you relate that with, talking about rebuilding confidence? I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
I think
Did you
I
get my
understand.
question?
I think I
Okay.
do. I think I do. So, someone has gone through a lot of challenges, and the possibly even the wise thing is to avoid the challenges, right?
Thank you. No, the person is trying to avoid the challenge or playing a pity party role. Is
Hmm.
it only me? Why me? More so, the challenge the person is going through, now nobody believes in her.
Hmm. Hmm.
Nobody believes in her and she's just losing it.
Hmm.
So how can such a person rebuild that confidence?
Wow. Okay. That's a lot, and quite honestly, anyone who is in that situation, I think the first thing I would say is you are not alone. Um, don't don't allow yourself to feel dejected or rejected or alone. There are people around you. Sometimes the challenges we go through can make us close up, and we don't want to allow people in. You feel like I'm being
Yeah.
hurt, nobody understands me, so just X everybody, just distance yourself from everybody. But that's the opposite of what you want to do. At every point in time,
Mm.
there will always be people around us who can believe in us. Not everybody. The truth is that's the truth
Yes.
about it. Some people are just for themselves. They don't really care about other people. But there will always be someone who cares about us, even if it's not your family members. Sometimes the first place to start from is your family members. But sometimes even your family members don't understand your vision and they're trying to protect you. Or they feel like you got yourself into that situation, so go and deal with it. But there will always be someone around. I think one of the first things I would say to that person is come out of yourself, do your best. It's easier said than done, but do your best to
Yes,
come
really.
out of yourself, and identify another person who is in those shoes, and just try and help them as small as you, in whatever way you can, whether it's to encourage them, whether it is to, just by doing that. One of the things that you do is you encourage your own self. Whenever, I don't know if that happened to anyone here, when you encourage other people, you feel encouraged. When you help someone else, you feel, yes, boosted. So
Helps.
rather than stay in your own, even if it is to join a homeless shelter, something that feeds people every month or whatever, go and volunteer there. It helps you to minimize your problems. When you see that people have problems as well, you then begin to realize that I will make it. I'm alive, I'll be fine. That's
Yes.
number one. Number two thing, and the final thing I would say, is recognize what is in your control and what is outside your control. For example, if the situation involves other people, for example, maybe you have a difficult boss, or you're in a marriage that is somehow, you know,
Yeah.
identify what is in your control and what is not in your control. You can't change your boss. You can't change your husband.
That's a
You
good
cannot
one.
force
Yes.
them to do anything. You can't force them to increase your salary. You can't force them to change your role. You can't force anybody to do anything. You can't force. So that is outside your control. But even though there are things
Yes.
that are outside of your control, there are things that are in your control. You can decide to be a happy person. You can decide to take up a skill and improve yourself in that skill, or start a business if the the one that is outside of your control does not start to infringe into that. I mean, I know that some situations can be complicated, but there are still things that are within your control. That's what I'm saying. So identify, even if it's one thing or two things, identify what is in your control and start from there. Whenever we try
Okay.
to focus on things that are outside of our control, it leaves us helpless. That's the truth. You begin to feel
Yeah.
helpless. But don't focus on what is outside of your control.
Thank you
Focus
so
on what is in
much.
your
Thank you
control.
so
For
much.
example, I could have looked at the fact that, maybe I would have liked to do this in a studio, but I don't have a studio to go and do it in. But I have my house and I can do it right here. I can just make this place conducive enough, bribe my children for 30 minutes or 1 hour, and make sure that the whole place is quiet. That's in my control.
Yes.
Sometimes we overwhelm ourselves with what is outside of our control, and then we just get helpless, overwhelmed, burdened. But you
Mm.
start with what is in your control, and like the first thing I said,
Yeah.
encourage somebody else, find somebody else that you can
Yes.
encourage, and it helps you to know that your problems are not the only problems in the world, and you
The
can make
world.
it.
Yes. Yeah. And if you hear other people's problem, you'll be amazed.
Absolutely.
Thank you
You
so
are so
much.
right, ma'am.
Thank,
Yes.
yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
So
So
much, ma'am.
then, the last question, because our time is fast spent, how can feedback,
Okay.
feedback that are done constructively, help someone to rebuild his or I mean our confidence? How can feedback? Some feedback can be terrible, some feedback can be positive. So how can a woman use feedback to really rebuild his or her confidence?
I really like this question. I really,
Thank
really
you.
like this question. A very good question.
Thank you.
Oftentimes, emotional immaturity makes us reject feedback. You see,
Yeah,
again,
very correct.
what is in your
Very
control and
correct.
what is not in your control. You can't control how feedback comes. You can't control it, but it is important
Yes.
that feedback. Let me give you a
Yes.
scenario.
If you
When
want to
if
grow.
I if I hit my leg against the stone, if I hit my leg on the stone or against the bedpost, it hurts. It hurts a lot. It hurts badly. Or if I pour hot water on my hand, it
Yes.
hurts. But do you know that what actually happened there was is it neutrons, or the neural passages in my hand sent a signal to my brain. My brain
Yeah.
um recognized that this is pain and sent a
Yeah.
feedback to me. Now, if those neural passages are faulty, I won't get any feedback. So you find
Mm.
some people who, they have, I know of someone, I've heard a story of someone who would take hot coffee, very hot coffee, and just drink it hot, straight from the
Yeah.
whatever, and just drink it straight. Why? Because
Yeah.
over years they have trained their throats to just
Yeah.
drink hot things like that. And so the first time they did this, I'm sure they were like, "Arr!" You know, but over time, those
Yes.
neural passages have deadened. Do you understand? Now we don't want to become dead to feedback, because if you are dead to feedback, you know, in your fingers, for example, you can put your hand in fire. You don't know that it's supposed to be paining you. You don't know, and the hand will burn, right? So feedback must be welcome, because feedback helps us to grow. Feedback helps us to change. Now, we can't control how feedback comes, but like I said, emotional immaturity can make us reject feedback. We must grow emotional fortitude. You must become a star, a skillful at receiving feedback, separating the one that is necessary for your growth, and then whatever it is that, you know, came along with it, in the sense of, you know, very harsh rebuke, or what is supposed to, you know, push down your confidence or make you feel less than, then just push it aside. That one is not, that's not necessary. That's why I said again, have a PhD in yourself. Know who you are. If someone comes to me now and says you talk too much, that's your opinion. No? My talking too much is my strength. It's my strength. Yes, it's my strength. It's what will put me on the stage of United Nations. It's what will increase my bank account. It is what will bring me before, you know, meaningful people. So that is your. But if you tell me now that you need to reduce, or you need to improve your vocabulary, you need to improve your time management, that is important feedback. That is what I can work with and then improve my craft. Okay, so receiving feedback definitely is important, and we have to improve in our mental stamina, in our emotional stamina, so that we can take feedback. Don't be afraid. There's an issue with the label, you know, the label Gen Z millennial. That's an issue with the Gen Z, you know, because there's all of this, you're labeling me, you don't understand me, my mental health, and all of that. And yes, there is mental health, but hello, feedback is important. Take the feedback, work on the feedback, you know, because that is how we improve. Anybody who has not worked with anyone, served anyone, taking their feedback and used it to improve themselves is not worth listening to. And that's the honest truth. Yeah. I think
Oh, she
she's
left.
dropped off.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was deep into what you were saying, and I didn't even notice that she left. Um,
Right.
our time is fast spent, but
Yes.
I have my question. But before I ask my question, I want to say a big thank you. And everyone, I want to bring this out to let you know that Architect Opuda was once my boss. She was my boss. I got to know her um, at a workplace where she was my boss. So I want to really thank you, Ma, for, and why I was nodding to your last answer to the question is because I actually started learning how to take feedback from you. You know, I I remember when so I was like, you are too harsh. You are too hard. You are too I remember I was one of the people who were complaining then, like, that is too
Are
hard.
you kidding me?
What? What? No, but I also, believe you me, I took it wrongly. Well, let me just say wrongly. I took it from a place of pain. But as I grew, as a professional, and I worked in several places, I saw that you were being uh, professional, and it was hard. It was hard, but I really want to say that you were precise, you were clear, you knew what you wanted to do. And one of the things that stood out, that always stood out for me about you, was your confidence. You had this. Your confidence was top notch. You were a no nonsense person. I didn't even know you were a pastor. I didn't know you were a pastor. And sincerely, I didn't know you were a pastor.
Oh
But I
my.
just want to, I want
Thank
to
you for
say
that.
a big thank you for
Thank you.
doing this. The initiative, what we do in the initiative is to bring women
Hmm.
who have gone through you know experiences
Hmm.
but are thriving, so that other women can know that, see, we're not saying that it is going to be easy, but we are telling you that it is doable. It
Yeah.
is possible. It is possible. I say something on this initiative. I said, even with the most difficult and impossible spouse,
Hmm.
you will still thrive. You will still thrive. All you need to do is what? Learn how to what? Apply, method. I would say improvise.
Hmm.
Improvise and understand how to deal with a difficult and impossible spouse. And I said to myself, if you are not a stubborn person, and I'm not stubborn to distrust, if you are not a stubborn person, you will easily cave in and always feel overwhelmed and oppressed and all that. And like you said, the slogan, you know, my mental health. Thank you so much, ma. I don't want you to go because the download is amazing, and I'll just listening and listening and listening, and I'm definitely going back to listen again. Thank you so much for doing this, and please, and I want to say congratulations on the launch of your book. When I said that, I said, God, that is awesome, awesome, and I told myself, I said, God, oh, listen. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. You
Oh,
have always been, you are an inspiration, I must say. You know, I love your grit. I love, sometimes I would say, with this small stature, say this man they oppress us. But man,
oh
you
my
you are,
goodness.
I'm telling you, you are firm.
Oh
You
goodness.
hold your place, and I really like that. Thank you so much for blessing us this night.
Thank you.
This evening, what you gave us is is how will I put it now? Is something that is worth keeping. I know when you were speaking, you said, know yourself. No, I tell people, I say, you made a statement. You said, if you like, say I talk too much. That is my own. Somebody told me yesterday that I am impossible, that I'm too hard, And I said, that is you. I don't know what you mean by that, but that is your listen, because I understand the place of boundary. I put boundary. So that was why the person said, no, you can't be. But thank you so much, ma, for doing this. Please, I'm still coming back. I'm still coming back. This is just a taste of what you are loaded with. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so.
I want to appreciate everyone who has, been faithful, supportive on this program. And gradually, we're gradually going to the a year anniversary. June 15, 2024, we had our first launch of this live program. And we say that our vision, our mission, that the woman be made whole. The woman be made whole. For me, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, but I am also Rosemary. That Rosemary must shine first. That rosemary must always shine. Rosemary must not diminish. So that is why we say to you that the wholeness of the woman is at the core of what we are, the young women and wives with burdens and blessings. And the burden is your challenges, your problem, whatever it is that life throws at you. Therein also lie blessings, because you have blessings. You are made for more. And until I come your way next week Saturday with another exciting topic for you, for every one of us, to help us heal and become whole, I say bye for now. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Architect.
Thank you.